I'm an experienced TCG player and Pokemon Pocket is a TCG, so I thought I would catalog my entire Pokemon Pocket journey from booster pack pulls to online matches. Can we become the top ranked player, or will we fall into amateur hour? Find out that and more in JadeJonny's Pokemon Pocket Passage. I am so excited to jump back into Pokemon TCG Pocket. I took a day off and I was like, let's just jump back into it, get back to the vibe, and have some fun. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and start off by cracking some packs, because you know Mewtwo packs, always gotta crack them. They're like the best packs that you can crack. So let's go ahead and crack ourselves a Mewtwo pack. And we got a Blitzel, a Pidgeotto, a Cloyster, a Sizzlipede, and a Venusaur EX. Oh my god, I love to see this. This is so, oh my god, yes. Ah, that's so great to see. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love to see Venusaur EX first thing in the morning. I stayed up super late last night, so I think this is really exciting to see this super early in the morning for me. It's actually 1:50 p.m., but I just woke up, so like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, what are you gonna do? I'm hoping to have this video up by 6. So, oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and crack open this backwards pack. It's interesting. I've never opened a backwards pack in Pokemon Pocket before, so let's see what we can get. I think this gives you the Mewtwo EX out the backwards pack. Honestly, that might be the new cheat code. It's just going to the backwards pack inside the rotational circle thing. That might just be your cheat code. Because, I mean, like, hey, I got the Mewtwo EX. I wanted the Mewtwo EX. I got the Mewtwo EX. I think the Mewtwo EX and Gardevoir is a bit overhyped in terms of competitive viability. You don't have the easy access to the Kirlia and the Gardevoir, so you have to hope to draw into them. And, I mean, like, there's only really, you know, Meowth as a draw card. You have Meowth as a draw card. You also have Professor Oak. But you don't really have much else in the way of draw support. And, I mean, you don't really want to, like, lead in with the Meowth, because, I mean, like, the Meowth is not gonna be the best thing in the world for you, right? So, because it gets KO'd in one hit from a 2-stage, and yeah, you just don't want to have the Meowth out there in the active for too long. And even then, you can always get hit with a red card. But then again, if you're not drawing the Kirlia or the Gardevoir, then the red card could help you draw the Kirlia or the Gardevoir. So honestly, I don't think red card's that great right now. Like, you don't have enough cards in hand. Most of the time, your opponent won't have enough cards in hand to justify a red card. And if they do, then they probably want to get red carded. You know what I mean? So you don't really want to have red card in your deck. I'm starting to feel that way. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get a Gardevoir off the Wonder Pick. I think we need one more Gardevoir as it is, so let's see if we can't get this Gardevoir. It's randomized where it is, so just click something and see what we get. We got a Slowpoke. Slowpoke. Man, I hate Slowpoke. I hate getting Slowpoke. I could have gotten a Kirlia. I could have gotten the Gardevoir. I could have gotten anything else. Honestly, I think anything else in this pack but the Slowpoke would have been more useful to me. I think Slowpoke was the only useless card in that pack. We just got a massive update for solo leveling Arise. We're gonna be getting a massive update, and I'm trying to rush to 90 because I'm at 88 right now. I'm like at the high end of 88, so I'm trying to rush to 90 so I can complete that. And I'm like, I gotta choose between doing that or playing more Pokemon Pocket, and that's like, this sucks, because I'm currently top 50 in the world, right, in solo leveling Arise. So it's like, I don't want to lose my spot as, like, you know, one of the top players. But at the same time, it's like, I need to get more cards in Pokemon Pocket. So I'm kind of in a torn up position right now. We're going to go ahead and get a couple of rental decks right now. We get the Venusaur and the Mewtwo because we did get the EXs. Whenever you unlock an EX, you do get a variant of their, you do get a rental deck for that. I'm still hesitant on anything premium because I don't know if there's going to be ranked gameplay. If there is going to be ranked gameplay, then I'm going to regret not already having the premium. But at the same time, I need to hear something official before I make the call. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just make the call and be like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Why not? It's like, because it's like, you know, it doesn't happen, and you're just like, oh, why did I do this? You know, kind of thing. So it's like, I think that we need to hear news. Like, I'm sorry, I get the game just released like 2 weeks ago. If that, I think it's been about a week. The game just released, right? So I get them not having like a solid idea of what they want to do, but I mean, like, so many people moved to New Zealand to play this game. I moved to New Zealand to play this game, and I'm broke, right? Like, so, and I moved all the way to another country to play this game. I'm just saying I am simply saying people want to play this game. And I think you should unlock a way for us to play this game in a more easier method, right? Like, I'm just saying, if I want to play a hardcore, give me the ability as a player to play a hardcore. That's all I'm saying. It's not a big ask necessarily. Really isn't. I mean, you could. It kind of is, but isn't. Like, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, but it is. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump on into some PvP. I'm still playing the Sand Slash deck. The next video, I'm going to make a new deck. I could change, but at the same time, I know I'm playing a rather low-powered deck right now. So, next video, I will be making a new deck. That's going to be really fun. But, I mean, right now, let's work with what we got, see if we can't do anything like leveling up, and see how many games we can get in. Because, I mean, like, spoiler alert, the game is over, the video is over 40 minutes long. You can see that in the, you know, down below. So we're probably going to get a handful of games in, right? Like, so let's go ahead and get the coin flip, see who goes first. I'm going first. I don't like that. I have a Hitmonchan and a Sandshrew. I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and lead with the Hitmonchan. I'm going to put the Sandshrew in the back. I have the red card, the research. I need to remove the red card. Like, I need to remove the red card. Like I said before, I don't think red card is that great. The most I've ever really red carded for is maybe like 2 or 3 cards. If that. I mean, usually I'm red carding for 1 card. Like, they'll play a basic, I'll red card down to 3. They'll draw a card for turn. I mean, so I'm normally not doing red carding for much. I mean, like, right now, if I drop red card, I don't hit anything. Like, that's nothing. Like, there's nothing I'm hitting right now. Now, Bruxish is actually kind of wild, if I'm being honest. Like, Bruxish is kind of a wild card. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm going to draw 2 cards. We're going to go ahead and drop that Cubone. And we're going to end our turn because, I mean, like, there's nothing you can really do. It sucks going first. I hate going first because there's, like, you're limited on so much of what you're actually able to do. So I hate going first. I absolutely loathe going first. It's not my favorite thing in the world to go first. I just do not like it. I hate going first. You don't get the energy. I mean, you can't evolve. You can't attack. I mean, it's just not a good feels to go first. I'm going to go ahead and evolve my Sandshrew, and I'm going to go ahead and play down this Rhyhorn, evolve this Marowak as well. I should put a fighting energy onto Hitmonchan here, and I should get damage in, because that makes it so everything else is a 2-hit KO. I think I actually read Bruxish wrong. I think what I did was I read Bruxish as if this Pokemon has damage on it, and not the opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, which would make it to where, you know, I could do damage to Bruxish, and then, you know, have energy attachment still next turn. But with the way I read it, it made it to where Bruxish could do, if I damage Bruxish, then Bruxish could 1-hit knock out Hitmonchan, and I'd have to bring in something without any energy on it. I definitely misread the card, and I'm going to get hardcore punished for that. But that's fine. I can go ahead and throw an energy onto Marowak here. I'm essentially letting Hitmonchan go down here without doing any damage, which I feel like I should regret. I should regret that, but I've also set up both of my main attackers to have the ability to attack on that same turn, right? So I don't necessarily regret it as much. I think I should bring in Marowak on my next turn and just go for damage, because 2 heads is an automatic KO. 1 heads brings it down to 10, it should force out a retreat. I mean, if we're being honest with each other, it should force out a retreat. But I don't know necessarily if it will force out a retreat. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I could have done 30, and then I could have waited to where everything else I have is a 1-hit knockout on it, and then I also could have attached an energy to, like, Sandslash on the preceding turn, and I could have brought in the Sandslash. I made a major misplay there. I'm gonna bring in Marowak, because on average Marowak should be doing 80, and then on average Marowak should do 80, and then I should have the I should have that, you know, 25% chance of doing a 1-hit KO. So we're gonna go ahead and Marowak either does 0, 80, or 160. So, I mean, there's really, you know, there's really not much of a downside there. I'm going to get the 80, so we're going to do 80, bring Bruxish down to 10. Bruxish is going to have to retreat here, or it's going down on the next turn. There's no in between at this point. And if Bruxish retreats here, then I have the Hitmonlee on bench, where I'm able to easily take up the KO on that on that Bruxish. Something that's really funny right now is they're using Dark and Water type Pokemon, so their energy zone is actually full of Dark and Water I think that's actually a Psychic energy on Bruxish, so they probably have Psychic Pokemon in there too. So they're using 3 different types of, energy, and one of the biggest things about this game is, like, your energy matters, right? Like, your energy zone is going to be a randomized energy with the amount of Pokemon inside of with the types of Pokemon inside your, in your deck. And so, getting Pokemon to where they're like, I almost said misenchanted. Misenergied is really bad. For example, now Cloyster needs 2 water energies to be able to attack, and he can't attach it with anything else for it to be able to attack. Weezing has the ability to attack because it has dark energy on it, but I mean, if Weezing attacks, I mean, it's going to be left out in the active, and Weezing isn't that great of a Pokemon. Like I've been saying for a while now, Weezing does 30, and its ability also poisons, so it's effectively a 50 damage or attack for a basic, right? Or for stage 1. And with X speed being like so relevant, because most Pokemon are going to have a retreat cost of 1 or 2. With X speed being so relevant, you're able to nullify 20% of that, or 10 of that damage before So it effectively turns Weezing into a 40 damage 2-stage for 1, which sounds decent until you realize, like, there's better options, right? Like, I mean, for example, now we have Weezing at 10. We have Weezing at 10 energy left, right, or 10 HP left, right? If Weezing stays in, then I can get the KO on the next turn. I can retreat into Sandslash, pick up the KO, or I can retreat into Hitmonlee and pick up the KO on Bruxish. I have options available to me to easily clean up this game, and it kind of puts my opponent into a position where it's like, now you're hoping to get the water energy so that you're able to attack with the Cloyster, but these 2 turns, this turn and next turn, you're not getting that water energy. All you're seeing is dark energy right now. So you're not getting that. You're not getting that water energy, and this is the huge issue with like running like certain kinds of decks or running Weezing as a tech, for example, is you're running into the issue of your abilities. You're sacrificing your energy zone for abilities, using just specifically 1 energy unless you have like Gardevoir, for example. Is just not the play. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and I should retreat out into Sandslash here, which I think I do. I think I'm doing that right now. See if I am. Am I? Because right now I have 50 energy left. Marowak is worth 2 points. If he picks up the KO on the Marowak, then I automatically lose. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an energy onto the Sandslash, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up this KO onto Weezing after the red card. If he has another basic, I want to make sure that I take that basic away from him as availability. And again, I know that he's not going to get a water energy on this next attachment, so I'm good to just start attacking. He probably has Misties in the deck, and that's probably why he's not so worried about like running like the multiples. But at the same time, I feel like even if you have the Misties, you don't play the Weezing. I am curious as to what Psychic he has though, because I mean, like I haven't seen a Psychic from him. That might be Mewtwo. Maybe it's Mewtwo. That makes sense to me. I can't think of another Psychic where you'd want it in this deck particularly. But I mean, hey, what do I know, right? He brings in the Bruxish. I don't think bringing in the Bruxish is the play though, because you bring in the Bruxish, right? And then I only need 1 attack to pick up the KO on it. If you bring in the Cloyster, I need 2 attacks to pick up the KO on it, meaning that you can retreat out on the preceding turn. No, Cloyster has a retreat cost of 3, I see that now. I don't know, man. I don't think Bruxish was the play. I don't. I also, he's getting a water energy on his next turn. He's getting a water attachment on his next turn, which is good for him. But I mean, I don't need much to win, right? Like, I mean, if we're being honest with each other, right, I don't need much to win. I think he's going to attach to the Cloyster, so he's going to have the retreat cost after next speed on his next turn, which I can respect that. I can respect that play. And then he's going to bank on the Frostmoth as his win condition. But if I'm able to pick up a single KO here that isn't Bruxish, then I can just bring in Hitmonlee and finish out the game with a stretching kick. So I don't see how he's gonna get out of this situation. I draw the potion too. The potion's gonna make it to where Marowak has is 2-hit KO'd by Frostmoth, instead of just the 1-hit KO the Frostmoth would have gotten originally. So I'm in a really great situation. Honestly, I should have potioned the Marowak here. He's probably going to go drop that water energy onto... He drops the water energy onto Cloyster, That's a throw. That's a throw if I've ever seen one. You needed that water energy for Frostmoth so that you could try to at least turn the game into a coin flip instead of going with the going with what we are right now. I think he thought he had another water energy on Cloister already, but I mean, you clearly did not, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the KO with Sandslash onto this Cloister, and then I'm going to have Hitmonlee come in on the preceding turn and knock out that Bruxish. I mean, there's no way he could win at this point at all. I don't see a path that he could win. I mean, I may be missing something, but I just don't see it happening. And we're gonna wait and see what he has to do. I'm confused as to what he could possibly be doing right now. Okay, cool. Turn passes back over to me. I'm going to go ahead and attach this fighting energy to the Hitmonlee. I have all of my Pokemon set up to start attacking on the turn that they come in. I can have Rhyhorn come in and do 60. I can have Hitmonchan come in, or Hitmonlee come in and do 30 to their bench. I can have my Sandslash pick up the KO on this Cloister. There's nothing he can do at this point to win the game. There is no path to victory that he has, because even if he does... He doesn't have a water energy coming in. I think that's a dark energy right there, right? So he doesn't have a water energy coming in. So Frostmoth's not actually able to attack this game. And I can bring in the Hitmonchan on my preceding turn, or the Hitmonlee on my preceding turn, and knock out our good friend back there, Bruxish, who has been at 10 HP this entire game. So I don't see a thing that he could do. Okay, he actually plays the Woobat. I don't know what Swoobat does, if it's worth it for the Psychic that you have to run, but I can't believe that it would be, unless it's just a high damaging and he just wanted power. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. I'm going to go ahead and have my Sandslash pick retreat out into this Hitmonlee. I'm going to have my Hitmonlee attack into that Bruxish, and we're just going to end the game without it bothering to attach for energy because we don't need to. So Bruxish goes down here, and we get our third point. Honestly, pretty solid game, not gonna lie. A huge factor in this game is really knowing when to retreat and knowing when, you know, like, you should give up a KO and when you shouldn't. I think that's a huge factor in the Pokemon Pocket TCG, and learning that is probably one of the hardest things a player can do, because it's really hard to identify when you should sacrifice, when you should make sacrifices, when you shouldn't, whenever you should give up a point, when you shouldn't, and properly identifying decks that are able to hit the bench in a specific way. I feel like a lot of those are things that, you know, like, players will struggle to identify with, and I feel like, you know, that's going to be a huge factor in whether or not a player will be determined good or not, quote unquote. I don't know what I'm doing now. I think I wanted to see, like, you know, what all cards I could buy because with the items, but I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I'm pretty sure you can pull all these inside the pack. I'll probably look at it later to make sure, because by the time that you guys see this, I'll probably have looked at a lot more stuff right now. Like I said, I'm recording this very late until, like, you know, when I wanted to have it done. I wanted to have the video out on at 6 p.m. Central. It's currently 2 p.m. Central, so I'm kind of pushing the limit on whether or not it's going to be out. I'm pretty sure my computer will be able to export the video fast enough that it's a matter of whether or not it'll be uploaded fast enough, which I think it should be. I think it should be. The finished processing usually takes around like an hour and a half, so I think it should be. I think we should be fine. It usually takes about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes exporting, especially at the 40-minute video. I think we're fine. That could be wrong. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in with Pablo. Hi, Pablo. How are you, Pablo? This reminds me of my favorite Pokemon TCG player, Pablo. He's Tablemon on YouTube. He is one of the greatest Pokemon TCG players ever to have lived, and I love him, and I love listening to his commentary. I love his channel. I love everything about him. He's a great guy. He is one of the best people in the Pokemon community, and I will never stop vouching for how amazing Pablo is, and I don't think anybody would ever blame me for continuously vouching how amazing Pablo is. But I don't think this is this Pablo. I don't believe this is this Pablo. I'm gonna go ahead and red card him for one card because I don't think I'm ever gonna get the opportunity to do it again. I don't think I'm ever gonna get the opportunity to hit him for a positive red card in general. So, like I've been saying, there isn't really there really isn't much you can do in the way of red carding where it's like an actual worth. There is no value in red carding most of the time in the Pokemon TCG Pocket. We're going to have Pidgey come in. It's going to go to Gust Attack for 10. It's going to hit the Hitmonchan for 10. I'm going to go ahead and... I should attach an energy to Hitmonchan here and do 30. I do. Okay, good. Sometimes I do stupid stuff. So never really sure. I'm gonna try to draw a Cubone here. I drew a Sandshrew. I'm not gonna play the Sandshrew. I shouldn't play the Sandshrew. I have the Marowak in hand, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm drawing that. I want to make sure I'm drawing that that Cubone instead of that Sandshrew. I need to test something because apparently there's no punishment for mulliganing. So a lot of players, like, you could kind of justify, oh my god, it's a Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is the most broken card in Pokemon TCG Pocket. It being a universal means that you can use it with any kind of support Pokemon that you want. There's no real downside to running it with support. Obviously, you can't heal it with certain type Pokemon that, like, heal specifically grass types. You can't charge. You can't ramp up the energy with a certain kind of Pokemon that charge energy. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Sandshrew here. I feel like right now, right, like I have a line to KOing this Wigglytuff. I have 50 damage right here, and then I can bring in. I get it down to 90. A Marowak would have done the job. A Marowak would have done the job, but it doesn't. I don't have it, so he's gonna go ahead and throw another energy onto this Wigglytuff. This Wigglytuff is so insanely busted. Let me tell you, man. Wigglytuff is busted. I have the KO here. I do have a KO here on the Wigglytuff. I should retreat the Hitmonchan into the Sandslash, and I should be able to pick up the KO on this Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff, dude, I can't begin to explain to you how, like, OP Wigglytuff is, right? Like, Wigglytuff is the strongest card in Pokemon TCG Pocket, making it to where your opponent essentially has to coin flip, and my opponent concedes because the Wigglytuff goes down there. Dude, Wigglytuff is... That did not highlight how powerful Wigglytuff was. Him retreating into Wigglytuff was like the worst thing he could possibly do, right? Because he retreats into Wigglytuff, and then he allows me to put free damage on it, right? Instead of him allowing me to set it up. If he leaves the Pidgeon, he has an extra turn to charge energy to it. Then he can bring in the Pokemon that he had in the back so that he could allow it to go down in exchange for the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff comes in fresh HP, and now every attack I do is on a coin flip if my Pokemon even survives. So I think that him bringing in the Wigglytuff super early on was kind of like his downfall there. But I mean, if that was Pablo, I mean, what do I know? I mean, clearly he understood what he was doing more than I did. If that was Pablo, but if it wasn't Pablo, then I mean, like, clearly I was just better. I mean, I'm just that guy. I'm just a Pokemon TCG professional. I don't believe that for a second. So I start doing something dumb. I talked about this in the day before yesterday's videos, right? Like, playing Hitmonlee in the front, whenever you draw it and another basic, is always the play. You always play Hitmonlee in the front whenever you draw it or another basic. It has 80 HP, so it's going to be able to live 2 to 3 hits from anything that comes in. And you can also get 30 damage on the bench, and then you can set up your back row for evolution, right? So always playing Hitmonlee in the front is always the play. I just suddenly start turning stupid, and I stopped doing that. Why? I don't know, but I do, and I'm not smart, so, yeah. Mewtwo comes on down. Mewtwo sucks to see right now. Like, I'm hating seeing this Mewtwo. I don't like Mewtwo decks because, again, I think they're overcostly because you always have to work in the Gardevoir with them because Gardevoir makes it where you can immediately you can spam Side Strike, right? So I don't like seeing Mewtwo here because I know that 9 times out of 10 my opponent will always draw the full line. I'll never draw the full line, but I know 9 times out of 10 my opponent will always draw the full line. And the second that they draw the full line, I'm just done for. Like, I can't do anything. But Mewtwo is still an amazing Pokemon. I love Mewtwo so much. I think that the only issue right now is consistency. So, yes, we see the results already. I mean, I'm in my head, I'm going, he has the Kirlia, he has the Gardevoir. We also see the Slowpoke in the back row, so I know he has a Slowbro in there. Slowbro does some decent damage for Psychic, because you can, with Psychic, you can kind of disregard any attack cost because, like I said, Gardevoir is insane. The only issue is Gardevoir doesn't have any consistency tools. You don't have, I will always say that anything past the stage 1 Pokemon is not worth it. Right, because you just kind of like are gambling at whether or not you draw the entire line at that point. With a stage 1, you can kind of go like, okay, well, I only need to draw 1, so I can justify it a bit more, right? But I think basics like Mewtwo are probably the play. Basics in Mewtwo, basics like or stage 1s like Arcanine or Marowak. I think those are like probably the best plays that you can make whenever you're building a deck. I also think that Moltres is horrible. Not gonna lie to you, Moltres is horrible. It being used only for utility, you're kind of like, you know, hoping that it doesn't go down as an EX because it's worth 2 points, and then they just need to pick up a KO on like a Pidgey or something like that. If they're playing Sabrina, then they can get easily knockout. They can easily get knockouts. So I'm gonna go ahead and evolve into Marowak here. Marowak is my boy, girl, girl. Marowak is that Marowak. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Boomerang here. We have a 25% chance to pick up a KO, a one-hit KO, and we get the 25. Bro is seething. You know, bro is mad right now. I would be too, if I'm being honest with you. I just spent my entire turn setting up this Pokemon. It will take me 2 turns to get a Slowbro online at the very least. It'll take 2 turns, and I know that I need that Slowbro as my only thing. Because if he plays the Gardevoir right now and he attaches per turn, he sets the Slowbro up to attack on the next turn. But the huge issue with this, right, is his Boomerang has a 25% chance to pick up a one-hit KO, and has like a 75% chance to pick up a 2-hit KO. So I don't think any way you look at it that this Slowbro is in a winning position. If he does play Gardevoir here, the Gardevoir is able to say it to where Slowbro can attack as long as the Slowbro actually survives. I'm gonna attach to I don't know what I'm doing. Like, if I'm being honest with you, I'm kind of like finicky on every possible play I can make. I'm gonna attach to this. I'm gonna attach to the Sandshrew right here. Sets me up there for the Sand Slash on my next if I draw into it, and I also have the ability to attach that Hitmonlee. Like, Hitmonlee only ever needs 1 energy to attack. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the coin flip. We do get this. We do get the 50% chance to do 80 damage. So we do bring this. Slowbro down to 50. Slowbro, if he has the Gardevoir, is able to retreat, and I mean that's the only way that it's going to stick around is if it does retreat. If he doesn't have the Gardevoir, then I mean it's game. It's just game. Especially if I can draw into the Sand Slash. If I draw into the Sand Slash, I definitely guarantee the fact that I KO this Slowbro. He does end up going X speed and attaching to retreats. Probably going to bring in that Mewtwo and hope that I have to pick and hope that I can not do damage on one of my coin flips. Because again, if I get double heads, or if I heads and then heads on the preceding turn, then our good friend Mewtwo here goes down. So if I'm him, I'm not in a great mood right now. Like, this is a horrible position to be in. I draw the Onix, and I'm actually going to start setting up this Onix to attack as well. Onix needing 3 energy to do 70 is a bit costly. If I had Brock in the deck, it wouldn't be as costly, but I don't have Brock in the deck, so I go for the coin flip. I do get the 50% chance to do 80 damage, and we're just gonna keep going. I mean, we're just gonna keep going. I mean, his Mewtwo's at 1 hit away from death. His Slowbro's at 1 hit away from death. His Curly is at 1 hit away from death. I mean, he's banking on me hitting double tails right now. That's all he can do, is hope that I hit double tails. And I mean, I don't think that he's gonna get that hope. I feel like now I also have Onix set up to attack. I have Sand Slash set up to attack if I draw it, and then I also have Hitmonlee set up to attack. And I get the heads. I picks up the KO. We knock out 2 Mewtwo EXs to win this round. All we did was knock out Mewtwo. All we did was use Marowak to knock out Mewtwo this entire time. Marowak is just that guy. I'm just saying, Marowak is just that guy. I don't think Marowak is good because it is, you know, coin flips on whether or not it does damage. I mean, I think there's definitely better, you know, I definitely think there's better stage 1 Pokemon that do, you know, 80 damage, because they don't rely on the coin flip. I also think, like, you know, Giovanni will allow it to help mitigate some of that damage multiplication that could come from a potion. But I do think, however, that Marowak is just that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, just that guy. Anyways, we're queuing to Sauce here. Sauce has a Giovanni background picture. I like that. Giovanni's probably one of my favorite Pokemon villains in general. I mean, I'm obviously, hot take, right? Giovanni's cool. But we end up losing the coin flip, going second. Like I have said before, and I will say again, I like going second. I hate that I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? You should always lead the Hitmonlee. This actually works out in my favor, though, because he leads Helioptile, which is weak to fighting, and I can't hit the bench because he doesn't have anything in the basics. So him leading Helioptile right here is actually good for me. This is like the one situation where it works out for me that I got the Hitmonlee in the bench, because he doesn't have anything on the bench right now. So this is actually really good for me. He goes for the... This red card is going to go wild. This red card is gonna be insane. Do you see his hand size? Bro, this is like the one time I've ever been like, oh yeah, I got red card. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hit up with the red card. Hit up with the red card. Zapdos comes down to the bench. I don't like saying that. I don't. Oh, Zapdos. Why Zapdos? I don't like Zapdos. Oh my god. Alright, let's go ahead and hit him with a red card. That's the fastest red card in my life. Red card for 5. Oh man, I hit you for 2 cards. Oh yeah, that felt good. That felt good. Go ahead and use the professor's research here. Draw some cards. I'm gonna hope to draw a keybone. Do I get a keybone? Do I get a keybone? I don't get a keybone. I'm gonna drop that Rhyhorn on the bench. Probably shouldn't do that, but I mean, hey. I mean, if if Sandshrew goes down here, I'm fine with making that trade. Go for the scratch, get the damage onto that Helioptile, bring it down to 40. I mean, it's not great damage, but it is damage. Honestly, what I should have done, I feel like I should have retreated into. I feel like I should have retreated into the Hitmonlee, and I should have started doing chip down damage down onto that Zapdos, because I could have played X speed retreat Sandshrew into Hitmonlee and start doing 30, 60, 90, 120. Or opening up more to an availability to be KO'd by the Hitmonlee. Now I've, however, set it up to where it can start setting up energy, and the last thing I want is for it to get 3 energy. At least I could have already had damage on it if I'd done it the other way, though. So I do have minor regrets here. I do think that this definitely wasn't the play to leave the Sandshrew in the active. But I mean, like, hindsight's 20/20, right? Like, I mean, you can look at a game and you can go like, oh yeah. Here I was thinking I have an easy KO onto the Helioptile. I can also make it to where I can start setting up the bench, so I can make it to where I can easily pick up a KO over here onto the Zapdos. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Onix, and what I should do is I should start setting up this Onix. This Onix is a 2-hit KO onto the Zapdos, so I'm going to go start setting up the KO onto the, start setting up the energy onto the Onix, so I can go ahead and knock out this stupid Helioptile. And then Onix can come in and has that 2-hit KO, like I said, onto the Zapdos. So I like the position I'm in. He, however, brings in the Farfetch because he's trying to set up that he doesn't want any chip damage done to his Zapdos. So he's trying to mitigate any chip damage that could be done by having, you know, 40 damage chip from the Farfetch, which is a lot of chip. That's a 2-hit KO onto the Sandshrew. So I'm kind of fine with that, if I'm being honest with you. I can further set up the Onix here. I should use the potion here so that I can survive another turn. I should. It'll allow me to start setting up that Rhyhorn too, which will mean that even if he gets the 1-hit KO on the Onix, then the Rhyhorn can come in and finish off that Zapdos. So I should use the potion here. I should. I don't, though. I don't think I do. I feel like I should, though. Do it. Do it. Hey, I do it. Okay, cool. So I have the Sandshrew, though. So I have the Sandshrew, and I can knock out the Farfetch, or I can do chip to the Farfetch. Which chip to the Farfetch doesn't matter here, right? Like it doesn't matter. Actually, I should have retreated into the Hitmonlee. Oh, I could have retreated into the Hitmonlee. I should have retreated into the Hitmonlee, put an energy onto the Hitmonlee, and had it attack into the Zapdos, bringing it to 100. Farfetch does 40, bringing me to 40. And then I can potion the Hitmonlee and then do another 30 to the Zapdos, make it to where I can 1-hit KO with, make it where I can 1-hit KO with the Onix. Oh, that would have been such a better play! Attach to the Rhyhorn. Attach to the Rhyhorn, brother. Attach to the Rhyhorn, brother. Actually, no, attach to the, no! Why did I attach to the Onix? No, I need to let the Sandshrew go down here. What am I doing? No! What am I doing? I'm throwing! I lost an energy attachment for that. Oh my god, I'm so bad! I'm so bad! I don't have any gust effects. I'm so bad! Oh no, 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 no. Now I'm hoping that he just gets 2 heads. Oh god, why? What am I doing? I'm choking. No! Oh my god, this is, I don't want to upload this. This is horrible. I have to upload it because I promised that I would record my entire journey, but like, no, this is bad. No, no, 2 heads, 1 head, 1 head, 1 head. Come on, come on, just show me the 1 heads. Come on, just show me the 1 heads. 1? No more, no more, no more. Oh god, okay, okay, I'm at 10. I'm at 10. I'm at 10. I can bring him to 60. I go double attach onto the, I go attach onto the Rhyhorn, yeah? Attach to Rhyhorn. Attach to Rhyhorn. Why am I hesitating? Come on. Attach to Rhyhorn. Oh, thank God. Okay, okay. Land Crush. Bring him to 60. Yeah? He goes for Peck, knocks out the Onyx. I bring in Sandshrew. Oh no, I'm done. I'm cooked. Oh no. I'm just cooked. Actually, there is a world where I can still win this. He goes for Peck, knocks out the Onyx. I bring in the Sandshrew. I equip to the Rhyhorn. And then... Okay, okay, okay. Sandshrew. Bring in Sandshrew. No! No! I needed the Hitmonlee to win. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now, energy onto Rhyhorn. Energy onto Rhyhorn. Energy onto Rhyhorn. Oh, actually, dude, playing the Farfetch was a joke. Because if I had played the Cubone, then I could have attached the Cubone. No, what am I doing? I'm making all sorts of bad decisions right now. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. Because if I'd played the Cubone, then I could have attached the Cubone, and I could have evolved the Marowak on the preceding turn, and then I could have brought in the Marowak, and a Hail Mary to one-hit KO because of the XP. Oh my God, bro! What am I doing? I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I actually think that was a misclick. I think I remember that being a misclick because I remember going like, oh, I should play the Cubone so I can get to set out the Marowak. I'm pretty sure that was actually a misclick though. That's fine. Everybody makes mistakes. It's okay. I made a mistake. It's cool. It's cool. We can recover from this as long as we don't lose this one. I mean, I'm gonna feel a lot better about it if we don't lose this one. If we lose this one, I'm just gonna go cry. Like I'm uploading me just going on a losing streak here. Okay, come on. We've learned our lesson. Hitmonlee. Oh my God. No. We learned the lesson and we forgot it. Oh God. This is like 80% of my. This is like 80% of my basic Pokemon too. Okay, we're fine. We're fine because they led with a Eevee, so we're fine. It's okay. I'm gonna go for the Pokeball, see if we can't get an Onix. An Onix would be great right now. Get a Farfetch'd. There's a Thunder Energy, so I'm gonna assume that they have a Jolteon as their evolution, as their evolution. So we're gonna go ahead and not play the Farfetch'd that is weak to Thunder. We get to see the research come on down. You can draw 2 cards. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my hand and I'm just crying. I'm sad. This is depressing. Look at my hand. It's not that great. I wish that we could attach energies on the first turn, right? Like I wish we could attach energies. It'd be horrible if we could attach energies on the first turn because it's like, you know, like obviously it sucks, right? Like like attach energies on the first turn to Pokemon not in the active, right? Dude, like that would be perfectly fine. Like you could attach energies on the first turn but only damage Pokemon. I'd be fine with that. We see the Tackle come on down for 20. Why does Tackle do 20, bro? I get it. Can't hit anything for weakness. You know, that's fine, actually. I'm okay with that. I'm a lot confused. I should evolve the Cubone into a Marowak here. Yeah, okay, cool. The last thing I want to do is get hit with a red card and lose that, you know, Marowak that I could play. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Scratch attack here. This will do 30. Bring him to 30. And I mean, like, I'm goated right now. Honestly, what I could have done was I probably could have, like, thrown the energy on a Marowak. And oh wow, oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh no, that's a lot of damage. That's up to 120 damage on a stage 1 non-EX. Oh god, no. 160, I can't do math. That's 160 on a stage 1. That is wild. That's absolutely wild, guys. I don't know how I'm competing with that, if I'm being honest with you. I do not know how I'm going to compete with that. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this is bad. This is a bad day, folks. This is a real bad day. 1 heads. All he needs is 2. He didn't even get 2. Yo. Okay, cool. He doesn't pick up the 1-hit KO. Okay, Sandshrew still in the active. We love to see that. I can go ahead and throw a Boomer. I can go ahead and throw an energy onto the Marowak. I can. Okay, if I research here and I see a Sand Slash, I would be so pissed. Okay, no Sand Slash. Bro, if I had researched first, I won. If I had Research Burst, I won. I'm so bad, because then I could have attached the energy to the Sandshrew, and then I could have evolved the Sandshrew into a Sandslash, and I could have picked up the KO. Oh, if I lose because of this, I'm going to be so tilted. I'm going to be so tilted if I lose because of this. You know, there is a world where this Jolteon does not KO my Sandshrew. And I can retreat out into the Marowak, and he doesn't play basic. He has so many cards in hand, it's hard to believe that he doesn't have a basic. Yeah, we see the basic. Okay. He plays the Jigglypuff, and we see a basic. Jolteon's probably going to pick up the KO here onto the Sandshrews. Marowak's going to come in. It's going to have a 50% chance to KO this Jolteon. We're going to go for that 50% chance. Yeah, let's see if we get a single heads is all we need to see, and then we know that the KO happens. So, does he get the KO? No. He gets the KO. Okay, he gets the KO. It was a 50% chance to get double heads, so it's fine. We're fine with that. I bring in the Marowak here, and Marowak has the ability to coin flip on, you know, to get a 50% chance to KO this, I think it's a 75. I want to say it's 75 because it's 2 chances at a head. So I think it totals up to 75, not 50. But we're gonna go ahead and draw here and see if we can't, you know, draw something cool. We get a Sandslash. Don't really care about that. Turn too late to matter. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Marowak here, and I'm gonna activate. I'm gonna use Boomerang. There's no point in playing anything. If he gets Sabrina's here, then I bring in the Sandslash. That is a choice. I don't think it matters though, but we go for the coin flips, and we do get the heads, so we do get 80 damage onto this. We do get 100 damage because of weakness onto this Jolteon. Jolteon goes down here, and that's gonna force him to bring in the Jigglypuff. We need to KO this Jigglypuff fast because Jigglypuff has the ability to evolve into Wigglytuff EX, and Wigglytuff EX is a tough cookie. Has the ability to make it to where any attack has a coin flip chance as to whether or not it actually succeeds, or is possible. So we're gonna have to pray to the gods because that's who we need right now. We need the gods right now. He evolves into Wigglytuff, and now I need double heads here, or I pretty much have to coin flip on whether or not I can win this game. And I hate when games come down to coin flips because I have horrible luck. So let's go ahead and go for the double heads here. We're going to attach the energy to the Sandslash, and I mean, let's go for the double heads. Let's see if we get it. Come on, show us the heads. All right, 1. Nope. Nope. He's at 40. Oh, we hate to see this. Oh, we hate to see this. We hate to see this. Oh, no. Oh, God, why? This is, we're about to see why Wigglytuff is so broken. Oh, my God. Wigglytuff can steal games for no reason. I hate it. I hate Wigglytuff. I hate Wigglytuff so much. Probably my least favorite, like, card in the game ever. So, oh, God, no. Wigglytuff goes for Sleepy Song, and now Marowak is asleep, and now we're banking on whether or not we get a heads and we get a tails. We can't even retreat now. This is game. This is game. We see the red card, but I mean, like I said, we can't retreat. Game is over. I mean, there's nothing I can do here at this point. I have to pass the turn, and I mean, he has 1 point already, gets the KO onto the Marowak, and that's game. I definitely threw by not doing the research first, and then, you know, getting the Sandslash, drawing that Sandslash. I definitely threw there. But dude, that is, dude, it feels so bad, man. Wigglytuff is absolutely broken because it turns the entirety of the end game into a coin flip, and I hate that card so much. It's such a great deck, though. It's such a great concept for a deck, and like I said, it being generic, meaning it can go into any deck. I mean, you can run it with like almost anything, and then you can just like go like high damage attackers as your other Pokemon, and or if there's any support Pokemon that you want to use, you can use those instead. I mean, Wigglytuff is just that Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's just the best damaging move with the best utility effect. I genuinely, if you're wanting to build a deck right now, Wigglytuff is probably the best deck to go. Then you could throw in a bunch of other Pokemon that are able to do some decent damage on specific things. You could go with Pikachu. No, Pikachu's bad. Pikachu's bad here. You could go Raichu Magneton though. I mean, like there's options available to you. But that being said, though, guys, this has been JadeJonny. If you guys enjoyed these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and follow for more, because I'm going to be releasing a lot more content like this bi-daily, so every other day. And I'm also going to be releasing shorts with summarized versions, and hopefully that'll bring more people in to join our wonderful Pokemon Pocket Passage.